recent article in Popular Science reports that travelers are often affected by the microorganisms present in a foreign country where the water infrastructure is not well developed or meticulously maintained.
Anyone who has traveled to such a location has been told,
"Don't drink the water!"
The most common cause of illness is bacteria such as E. coli, cholera, and salmonella. But illness can also be caused by protozoa like Giardia and Cryptosporidium, or viruses.
Vacationers may be able to eat power bars, avoid fresh fruit, and spend extra money on bottled water, but what about long-term humanitarian workers or missionaries?
They sacrifice all the comforts of home to move across the world just to try to make life better for other people. Besides loneliness, many report that their personal health status has deteriorated while on assignment.
What do travelers do now?
Imagine not eating anything fresh.
Or rinsing your produce in chemicals, risking exposure to disinfection byproducts.
Missionary in Cambodia, Darla Perryman, said that people there use a chemical wash that runs almost $10 a bottle.
Can't I just rinse my salad with bottled water?
Rinsing produce in bottled water is expensive and very wasteful. A study done at the University of Florida recommended that you rinse leafy greens for 15 seconds after soaking them. It would take 5 bottles of water just to get your lettuce clean.
I'm just gonna risk it and eat a salad.
Bad idea!
So the problem is that rinsing fresh produce with contaminated tap water overseas will make travelers sick. And rinsing it with bottled water is too wasteful and expensive to be practical. Obviously, you can't boil or cook salad and fresh fruit, but we need fresh produce to be healthy.
Our team wanted to help and support the people who help others.
In researching the problem, we learned that ultraviolet light is regularly used to clean water, food, produce, and medical equipment. Nearly all applications use mercury UV lights, which are dangerous, expensive, inefficient, and extremely fragile.
But recent developments in technology have led to an LED which can produce UV light. LEDs are much more durable, compact, and energy efficient.
We developed this simple, portable device to use water with UV light to make produce safe for eating.
We call it the U-Veggie.
Patent pending.
Now travelers can eat fearlessly.
How does it work?
You fill up the cylinder with filtered water, put in your cut and rinsed veggies, slide in the bin, and lock. When you turn the crank or push the button depending on the model, you gently tumble the veggies and create power to turn on the UV light. The U-Veggie is a self-contained produce cleaner that improves the human use of water without using harmful chemicals.
We surveyed over 100 world travelers. 70% of them said that they were nervous about getting sick from contaminated water when they traveled, and nearly all of them said that they would use our device.
In a second survey of the general public, 75% of respondents said they would pay a retail cost of $100 to bring the U-Veggie with them when they traveled.
Jill Hawley, microbiologist with the EPA, told us that she'd rather use the U-Veggie than risk cancer from disinfection byproducts any day.
Our solution is very innovative because the UVC LED technology itself is brand new.
Oliver Lowell, president of the International Ultraviolet Association, and his company Aquasense have worked extensively with us on everything from our prototype and calculations to our logo and business plan. Mr. Lowell said that he was seriously impressed.
We also pitched our idea to a number of large businesses, including Cuisinart and kitchen utensil manufacturer OXO.
A team of OXO engineers met to discuss the U-Veggie and gave us feedback on user experience, which we implemented into our most recent redesign. Noah Pentelovich, an OXO design engineer, said he sees a lot of bad ideas, but this is a really good idea.
As we worked through the engineering design process, our best improvements came from professional feedback.
We've worked with a number of professionals in fields like
engineering,
prototyping,
industrial design,
and water filtration,
as well as
business startup accelerators,
angel investors,
marketing strategists,
and even the EPA, which tested our prototype under formal lab conditions.
Kinetic Visions and Proto Labs helped us develop our bill of materials, which determines our retail costs, as well as a CAD model for injection molding.
We would make the basket out of milled PTFE, which increases effectiveness by reflecting UVC light. and the rest of it will be made of injection molded polypropylene, which lets the light pass through without degrading.
Based on feedback from business accelerators, G-Beta Cincy, and Pipeline H2O, we expanded our original target market to include
Adventure tourists, hikers, and campers.
REI Merchandise Manager Mike McCarty told us that the U-Veggie has dramatic potential to save lives and make a difference in the world.
He said that REI will consider adding the U-Veggie to their stores once it's in production.
We also believe the U-Veggie could be used in rural areas or in areas struck by natural disaster.
Even everyday middle-class Americans could benefit from the U-Veggie.
For example, recent E. coli outbreaks on romaine lettuce found in grocery stores left over 200 people sick and 5 dead.
We also shared our ideas with, incorporated feedback from, a travel agent and representatives from
Engineers Without Borders,
The Peace Corps,
The University of Cincinnati,
And the Red Cross.
as well as via email with missions organizations such as
YWAM,
Campus Crusade International,
and Sunset Solutions.
and missionaries from India
Cambodia.
South Africa,
and Burkina Faso.
We believe the U-Veggie is a simple, effective innovation that can have wide impact around the world.
The world needs the U-Veggie.
Eat fearlessly.
Thank you.